From Provo, Utah, this is the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast with your hosts, Joseph DeGolier and Kaleb Schweiss. This is Ultima Final Fantasy. Welcome to another episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. I am Joe.
And I'm Kaleb.
And this is going to be another one of those short episodes like we had last week. Sorry for you guys who want your full UFF experience. All I have to say is you can make up some of that time by listening to Final Fantasy XII Part 2 review. Yeah. I mean, it is a long episode, and it took up a lot of our space this month. So this is our last episode of the month. It's a really short episode. Next month, we'll be back on track with our hour and whatever minute episodes.
Yeah, however long it ends up taking.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, where are you in FF13?
Right now, I just barely fought Bartandalus and his Mecha Owl for the second time.
On Pulse, right?
Yes, I am at the end of Chapter 11, I believe.
Right. I think you're probably to Chapter 12. Did you not go to the thing and then get transported?
Not yet. They told me to do some stuff before leaving.
Okay, well, I didn't.
I was too drunk to worry about it, so I was like, I'm saving. I'm going to go to bed.
Okay.
Ish.
All right.
But, yeah, what about you? Where are you at?
I am in Chapter 13. I'm just in that crazy light room where everything's like zooming past you, and you got to go to like the statues and finally get to the end of it, and I'm somewhere in there. I saved. So I'm really close to the end, but the battle plan is not to get to the end and then do an episode. Both me and you were going to do a lot of extra stuff that we decided to hurry through Pulse just to finish the game and then go back to, so that the Crystarium will be fully expanded, and thus you can get 5 stars on all of the hunts and be able to get platinum.
And just grind relentlessly. Yeah.
So we do have a question as to when we're going to start FF14, and we should decide that by the end of this episode, I think.
Okay.
All right. So, want to get to news?
Well, yeah, we should probably get to news.
Okay, let's get to news.
All right, so in light of our 13-hour Final Fantasy XIII marathon, Square Enix, obviously they caught wind of that and did a 14-hour anniversary broadcast for Final Fantasy XIV, which turned 2 years old.
Wait, A Realm Reborn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Realm Reborn. So yeah, they did a 14-hour stream that was on Friday, August 21st.
Okay.
So
way to copy us, Square Enix, with our 13 hours of 13.
Jeez, way to be original.
Wow.
Like a douche.
So do we have to do 14 hours of 14?
I'm probably not, no.
Okay. 15 hours of 15.
The
entire day.
I want to do like a full 24-hour broadcast of 15 when it comes out. Just like beat the game in 2 or 3 days, and then you just catch up after a while.
That'd be wrong.
That'd be awesome. And get so many viewers doing that. Can you imagine that?
I heard someone didn't export some Twitch videos and we lost them for good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We decided to leave early on our trip, which was the night I was going to export them, but then we took off.
Just do what I said and export them when you get done.
I probably ought to now that I screwed up. Yeah. But yeah, we lost like 5 days of Final Fantasy XIII footage. So sorry, guys, you won't get to watch my playthrough. It's now a Twitch exclusive. So
for those 3 days or whatever.
Yeah, so it pays to watch us stream. So another little 14 tidbit of news here. Apparently, yet another number has come out about their friggin' registered users. They supposedly have over 5 million registered users worldwide between PS4, PS3, and PC.
That seems high.
That seems really high, but...
Because I thought we got the official number from Square Enix that was 500,000, And then we keep getting these multi-million numbers. So what is it? What is the number? How many registered users are on Final Fantasy XIV?
I have no idea.
Now, does that... Hold on a second. Because I remember we asked this before. You can have multiple accounts in FF14. So does that count that?
I know it didn't count trial versions and stuff like that, but it didn't say anything about...
Let's say you only have 500,000 people playing.
Okay.
Consistently. I'm sure the number fluctuates from there. And let's say all of them had 2 accounts. Then there'd suddenly be 1 million registered people. And then for those people that have multiple accounts, like 3 or 4 accounts, I'm sure there's a good chunk of those people.
Yeah.
Like
so,
what number are we looking at?
I don't know. I mean, is it another $1 for another character and they're counting that?
I'm sick of all the misinformation on the internet. I'm starting to get really pissed off.
Yeah, I don't even know why it matters. Like, why do we even care?
We should care, I think.
Well,
but I want the number from Square Enix
directly.
Because they used to do those. I know for FF11, they would do a census for every year. And they would tell you how many users were on each server and like what the most like the number of warriors and all the other classes.
Oh, that's cool.
And it is a really cool thing that they did. I'm not sure if they did it every year, but they did it, every once in a while. You can still look up their old census numbers.
Nice.
They should do that for 14. I would be interested in seeing that, and that would be the number that I would believe.
Yeah, the census thing that they would do.
The Square Enix census.
All right, fair enough. So apparently there's a...
So if that is out there for 14, give us a link.
Yeah, let us know. We're kind of tired of these other ones.
Yeah, I don't want to find out from Silicon Era or Dual Shockers, as the site that you're on. I don't want to hear some number and then just hear some other number the next week and be like, what's the truth?
Yeah.
Because the only truth is going to come out of Square. Even then, it might not be true.
Very true, yeah. So there's also apparently a Final Fantasy Portal app that's released for Android, and it lets you play Triple Triad on a mobile device.
Are you going to play some Triple Triad?
Probably not, but I think that'd be kind of fun, don't you? I mean,
it would be fun to play against someone else.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they allow for that, but...
I assume that's... Let's see. It doesn't actually even say.
Yeah, it doesn't say. So we'll see.
If it doesn't, then it's lame. I don't want to play Triple Triad against the freaking computer
Final
again.
Fantasy Triple Triad. Sorry.
That's why I hated it, is because it was bullshit in 8.
All right. Yeah, I agree. It was kind of bullshit. I'll have fun on it for like 20 minutes, and then I'll be like, I'm done for the rest of the game. Of course, I know there's listeners out there that love Triple Triad.
It's true. There are those who love it. But, whatever. All right, so apparently also Final Fantasy VII has sold over 11 million units worldwide, according to Square. So
they added 1 million to that old... to that old number.
This is counting physical copies, PC downloads, Steam, PSN, and iOS. So
all right, so a new record holder number for FF. I want to hear FF10s though, because I know they've had the re-releases of the HDs versions.
Yeah,
and I want to see like how many copies those sold onto the old 8 million figure.
That would be cool. But I don't know. We could probably look that up. They probably have sales numbers, I would imagine. I've
looked it up before, and I can't find it.
You didn't find anything?
No, I didn't.
Jeez, it's a PS3 game, guys. Come on. All right, get another Triple Triad. Wow. So I don't know about this. This is it's like a Vermilion. Okay, this is like a fighting game, a MOBA-style fighting game in Japan that's going to have Final Fantasy characters and a bunch of random other characters.
Lord of the Vermilion Arena?
Yeah. It's really weird. What's up with the MOBAs lately? I mean, I just started noticing this a little while ago, but every time I jump on Twitch, it's like new MOBA. And I'm like, come on, man.
Look, there are only 4 true MOBAs.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's be honest here. All right? We can't just keep making these things and assuming it's going to be as big as League of Legends or Dota 2 or Hone. Because the fact is, there was one MOBA, okay? And it was like they did something similar in StarCraft for a mod, and then in Warcraft 3, they made this thing called Dota. All right? And then the guy who originally worked on Dota, like the guy who originally made it from the kind of basing it off the StarCraft mod.
Mm-hmm.
He is the one who I believe was hired to make Dota 2. And then there was another guy who took over the Dota project, and that guy went on to make League of Legends, and then the last guy, I believe, went on to make Hone. Now, they all go by avatar names, and I can't remember what they are. But those 3 dudes are the only 3 dudes who are allowed to make MOBAs. So there are 3 official MOBAs out there right now besides the original Dota, and that's Dota 2, Hone, and League of Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like League, so I stick to it. But
well, I like League too. Hone is super fast-paced, and I've never actually played Dota 2.
yeah, I've only seen it.
But that original Dota is something else. Let's talk about Final Fantasy, though, this short episode.
All right, so...
but yeah, a lot of MOBA, and I guess FF is going to be added to some Japanese MOBA thing.
Yes, apparently. So Final Fantasy XV is going to grace us with its presence at PAX. Amazing article here by Twitch Square.
Today,
yeah, this is going to be in the next few hours, 4:30 Pacific, or PDT, I guess that is Pacific time, something. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember what that is.
I don't know my little
your
time
acronym
zone
things. Yeah. But
I never thought I would have so much of my life based upon confusing up time zones until like this podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody hear Mountain Standard Time, really.
Yeah, can't they just do it for us? But yeah, so maybe we'll have a release date. I doubt it. Who knows? Maybe something really big will come out and we'll feel like assholes for not knowing about it until after.
And then we got a lonely screenshot of Marlboro from FF15.
Yeah, looks really cool.
Yeah, cool.
Looks massive.
Yeah, can't wait to tell the podcast audience about the one screenshot that we're looking at.
Yep. So
it's pretty cool. Look up Marlboro, Final Fantasy 15. You know, I was listening to that post-game show that Baydrum, Chocobo Chica, and Krinatal, and then someone else was on there once, and I can't remember their name, but I was listening to that, and Baydrum has apparently never seen a thing for FF15. He's never watched a trailer, seen any footage or anything.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm wondering how many people out there are just refusing to look at stuff just because they want to wait for the actual game.
I don't know. That seems like a weird thing to do.
It is a weird thing to do, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funky. So there's another raid, 24-man raid on an airship, apparently, coming out with Final Fantasy XIV's 3.1 patch, and not sure how big 24-man raid really is, if that's bigger than normal. It sounds like it is. That's a lot of people.
I guess we'll have to find out when we're on Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, this screenshot is amazing, but we won't talk about it because it's audio. Looks awesome. So yeah, check that out too.
Right.
And this one was interesting, I thought. FF7's remake battle system is in a trial and error phase, and this is a we told you so kind of moment for the show here. Let's read this interview between Famitsu and Yoshinori Kitase here, who, of course, is producing it. So I'll be Kitase.
Okay.
We're starting to see the visual direction, Kitase said of the remake. On the other hand, we're currently working out the battle system and such through trial and error.
Sorry, is this still him talking?
Yes.
Okay.
Since there is a possibility that the command battle system of the old days might not work today.
Bullshit.
We're thinking hard about what kind of direction we can take it. Normally, when you do a remake, it becomes somewhere along the lines of a familiar action RPG.
Bullshit.
So we're looking at how we can put something like Final Fantasy VII while still surprising players. A little weird English there. And he said, please don't ask about how far into development we are. And laughs. Not really much of an interview there, I guess.
Okay,
so
I don't know why
I declared that I was Kitase. Yeah, so obviously still no release date, and yeah, it's going to be...
So he's going to fuck with it, making an action RPG.
Yeah, which is expected, by me at least. I figured that's what they were going to do.
But it might not work today? Like they can't code it? Like
No, I just think it's a thing of the past, so they're not going to do it.
Whatever.
I think a 13 or 12 style system would be fine. Yeah.
It'd be fine, but it wouldn't. I like FF7's battle system. I think it's really well done.
Well, I mean, so do I, but they're not going to do it again. There's no way.
Whatever.
No
You can't stop fun, okay? Those things are fun, and it's like, well, fun doesn't work anymore. Only new fun works.
Yeah, that's it. That is kind of how they're approaching it. It's a little weird, but
I don't like it.
Whatever. So 14 also celebrated its 2-year anniversary
Yeah.
with a giant in-game party of sorts. And
along with the celebration of 14 hours.
yes. So there's apparently an extra quest that's going on. It started August 27th at 1 and will last until Monday, September 7th at just under 8 p.m. And it looks kind of cool.
7:59 a.m.
Yeah, 7:59 a.m. Sorry. And there's like firecrackers. It's just this fun little event, and there's special.
Yeah, they
things you
have
can
those
get.
in 14. I remember that. I remember walking around doing, my small amount of Final Fantasy 14 I played, and there were different celebrations going on.
Yeah, this one's called The Rising. So yeah, check that out. It looks funky. There's a lot of cones and explosions and clones of people.
Okay. At the celebration.
They've got like mini-me's.
All right. And our last piece of news?
Yes. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius beta test for Android starts today.
What is this?
It's an upcoming smartphone game by Brave Frontier makers A-Lim.
Did we ever talk about this game?
I don't remember ever seeing this image in my life.
Okay.
It's a behemoth
Brave Exvius
with some people attacking it and a chick just laying there.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently the beta test is going to go on until September 2nd at 5:59.
For this game that I've never heard of?
Yeah, and data won't carry over. But if anyone manages to get into the beta, you'll get a special present when the game officially launches. Happy ending, I say. But yeah, so it's supposed to launch in Japan this winter for Android and iPhone.
All right.
And you can check out more on that on Siliconera, as always. And
and thank you for the people who've given us news.
Yeah,
for
thanks to
weeks
everybody.
on end now.
Yeah, it's really nice not having to look that up. But
I mean, we don't mind looking it up. You can take a week off. It's not a big deal, but certainly it is helpful.
yeah, we totally
It's
love
awesome.
it.
All right. Well, Schweiss, let's go on to our very small discussion, shall we?
All right, let's do it. All right, Joe. When do you think Final Fantasy 15, not 13, God, 15 is going to come out?
Well, as you know, I thought it was going to be March of 2016.
You don't
And I
think
thought
that?
we were going to get an announcement at E3 saying when the date was going to be. Now, there is another big event, PAX, today that Final Fantasy 15 is going to have a thing at. And who knows, maybe the release date will come out while we're talking.
Yeah.
And we won't know about it until after. I kind of doubt it, but if it does, there'll certainly be a little mini-sode put out before we put this episode up.
Oh, yes.
But I was thinking, last time Hajime talked about Final Fantasy 15, he said they were 60% complete.
Okay.
And so I did some math here.
Some Joe math.
Joe math, yes. Hajime Tabata. Now, should we count? We could count 60% since, it was announced in 2006, in which case it will be literally forever till we'll get FF15.
Right.
Just based upon that timeline and our percentage. Now, this is a very inaccurate way of guessing when a game is going to come out, but we'll see. Now, Hajime Tabata was announced as the co-director in 2013. So that's actually when I'm going to count this from.
Okay.
And of course, when this episode comes out, it'll be almost September of 2015. And so since then, it's been 25 months since Hajime Tabata has taken the reins of Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
And shoved Nomura. No. Nomura had left since then, of course. So here it is. The cross multiplication that you would have to do in order to figure out how many months left from 25. It would be 25 over blank equals 60 out of 100, so 60% out of 100. So let's do the cross multiplication. 25 times 100 divided by 60 equals 41.66, whatever. So I just put it as, 41. Just
Okay.
rounding down because, let's be happy about this. Let's be hopeful. Now we of course have to minus the 25 months already from the 41 months. That gives us 16 months until Final Fantasy XV is completed. At the rate of Hajime Tabata coming in, doing his thing, and getting to his 60% number. And so if we're going to go on that calculation, January 2017 is when the game will be completed. And so just giving them a couple extra months, and based upon FF13's release schedule, once again, I'm saying March of 2017 is my bet for Final Fantasy 15 in the States.
Okay. I'm going to say holiday 2016.
So December area?
Yep.
2016?
And it'll be released everywhere.
You're thinking they're gonna bring up the pace a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
I know they want to release it everywhere, but I have a feeling they'll be like, well, we weren't able to.
I think they've got plenty of time. So I'm going to predict that. I'm going to predict a worldwide release on probably around December of 2016.
Okay.
Gives us a while. So
all right. So
here come the spin-off.
ready for the 15 trilogy? So when do you think they'll announce it?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
See, I want to say E3 of next year. I'm really betting on that.
You think so? I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be today. I don't think there's any chance in hell
No,
for that,
probably not, sadly.
I don't know. I'd probably say E3 next year. They'll probably have a definite announcement, and then it would come out later that year. I
Yeah.
could see that.
All right, well, this was a fun little thingy-o.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, someone's going to probably check my math and be like,
You're a horde.
just like you, they'll be like, it was Joe math. which is always bad math.
Yeah. It tends to be. But hey, I mean, it's that seems about right. So I don't know.
Okay, well, shall we move on to questions?
Yeah, let's answer some things.
All right. All right, so our first question here. This is from Really511. Many FF7 fans are still waiting for the continuation of the game's story. Remember at the end of Dirge of Cerberus, it turns out Genesis is alive? No, because I never played it. Spoiler. Thanks for the spoiler. Do you guys think they will ever continue the story, or will they just make the remake and end it there? I love the remake and all, but how do you know you love the remake? That's my question.
What's the idea of the remake?
The idea of the remake. Okay, I love the remake and all, but I'm just wondering what will happen next. Do you think that they're going to make any more spin-offs to FF7?
I don't think so. I think it's probably done.
Is it done? Even though they apparently had a cliffhanger at the end of Dirge?
Yeah, they may have had a cliffhanger, but Dirge was a long time ago, and I think they would have cashed in on that cliffhanger if they were going to by now.
Was Dirge a pretty good success?
Commercially?
Know.
I don't know if it was commercially or not. I think it got greatest hits, but...
Well, if it's greatest hits, it's over 1 million copies. It's probably a success.
Yeah, but it was okay. I thought it was an okay game. The story, obviously, I have problems with, but it's... I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you think they'll continue it? I mean, I know you haven't played Dirge, so you don't really know.
It depends on the success of the remake.
Yeah, they might just ride the 7 train all the way to the end of time.
Yeah, they might. If the remake is really successful, I think they'll probably look into other spin-offs and maybe getting some kind of compilation with the previous games that had already come out with FF7.
Yeah, there could be something
like
that.
Dirge or Crisis Core, and just put it out for PS4.
You think so?
Yeah, or PS5 or whenever they finish the game.
PS10. It all depends on Square.
Yeah. It all depends on money, and if they have the possibility of making money, so that their shareholders will make more money, they will do it. That's obviously why we're getting the FF7 remake. They had fan want for years, and they didn't listen to that. They only listened to, the pocketbook.
Yeah. True enough.
Said, we will definitely make money on this, and they said, okay.
We'll do it.
We shall do it.
Right. Yeah, so we'll have to see. I don't know. I think they'll probably end it. I'm hoping they do, but you may be right, Joe. Who knows?
Maybe another FF7 movie. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'll probably suck.
First one wasn't enough for you. So here's we got another question here. This one's from Waka number 1. It's titled Pure Damage or Status Effects. I was wondering what everyone's opinion was on what kind of character you prefer. One who deals massive damage but is slow and inaccurate, such as Auron, Steiner, Cyan, and Cloud. The speedy swordsman and monk like Titus, Sabin, Tifa, Amaranth, and Zell, or his personal favorite, status ailment ones. Or thieves like Sabin, Edgar, Zidane, Vincent, Waka, la 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 la.
Lots of stuff.
Yes. His ideal way to is to have a thief, and Yuffie would have to win that just because of how early you can get her compared to Riku. And he'd rather have Waka as his main warrior over anyone in Final Fantasy because of his mastery of status effects. He never misses. His only flaw is his overdrive in his mind, or his blitzball to get his sigil.
Okay. So what would you rather rely on? Like people who do special things, like being a thief or dismantling certain things, or are you a pure damage guy? I know the answer to this.
Yeah, I'm more of a pure damage guy.
So
Although, if there is a Riku-style monster that I can just steal from and destroy it, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I think FF10 does a good job of making it so that the enemies are very specific to most of your characters.
Yeah.
It's some kind of specific thing that you can utilize that one character to take care of that one enemy very quickly. And so that gives you the diversity. However, in most FF games, the quickest way to kill...
It's just mass
and that's
damage.
what I care about is mass damage and speed. So speedy damage like Titus, I don't think he's a slow damage character. That's someone I really like to go for.
Yeah.
And Auron, even though he is slow, like just the damage that he does is he makes it worth it, really. So yeah, that's the style I like to play. I don't try to challenge myself. I think you guys know that.
Yeah.
But going through the game like that, that's one of the charms of Final Fantasy. You can play Final Fantasy 1, you can have a group of 4 thieves, and then you can commit suicide when you're frustrated like no other while you're playing that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so make your own remake. Ooh, this one is from a Light Sage. Let's say that the executives at Square Enix knocked on your guys' door and told you that you were in charge of remaking a Final Fantasy game. You could pick any of the mainline FF games to do a remake of. Which Final Fantasy game would you choose to remake, and what sort of things would you change about it? She says she would remake 9. Besides the basic upgrade of the graphics, would mainly concentrate on the battle system. Speeding it up would be the top priority, and then fixing the trance system so that it doesn't go off at random. Yes, that system is a piece of shit when it just randomly goes off right before the end boss. Crap, I don't know. What Final Fantasy would you remake?
I've been thinking about this because I saw this question earlier today. There's already a remake of 3 and 4. I think 3's remake should be improved upon because apparently in Japan, like the original Final Fantasy 3 is like sacred, like it's really good, well-loved classic game.
Right.
And the Final Fantasy 3 we have is slow and clunky, and Although it has its charms and it has a good job system, it certainly could be.
It's got its flaws, yeah.
It could be smoothed out a little bit more. I kind of wish I played the original FF3.
Yeah, me too.
I would like a 2D version. I would like like Final Fantasy IV Complete. I would like that sort of thing for any of the original NES Final Fantasies, where it's sped up, the graphics are improved, but it's still two-dimensional. It's still all kind of like the same map and everything. It's still the same game in essence. It's just, they've smoothed out the kinks, and so it runs really well. So something like Final Fantasy IV's remake, I would like that for. I'd like that for 1 through 6.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to take them and put them in the 3D realm. I don't think that.
No, they suck at 3D.
I think that's against the nature of those old games. I really do, and I know a lot of people want every single Final Fantasy to like be the PS4 version of Final Fantasy. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants, let's do an FF1 remake where it's Final Fantasy 13 graphics and whatever. And I'm kind of against that because we've been playing the games in order, and there's a charm to the old games. And I would like to keep their soul intact, like where they were at the time when they were making the game. But then, just if you're going to do a remake, just iron out what should have been ironed out before and that you didn't have time to do. And just improve the graphics to a point where, the game looks really good.
Yeah,
and
I could see that.
You're not looking at a analog television screen. You're like, oh.
Right.
It's not that kind of thing,
Yeah, I feel you there. I would probably remake 4 and change the ending.
4's already been remade.
I would remake it my way and make it better.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would make the sacrifices throughout the game stick. And no
so
wedding
you would
scene.
change 4 completely.
Not completely. Just the last 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, I don't like that we're dead and then we're alive again.
Yeah, that really bugged me. I was like, they took away so much. But I don't know.
So much of the emotion of Final Fantasy IV is like out.
Yeah, it's just a lie. No, but in actuality,
classic game though, everybody.
Yeah, no, we love it, but I just bag
problems.
on it, yeah. Either that or 8 maybe.
Would you remake 8?
Oh, I don't know if I'd be willing to, but if I were to, I would kind of smooth out some of the kinks.
Yeah. That's what I think they should do with remakes. I think if they're going to remake it onto a new system, like a new handheld system or something like that, improve the graphics to a considerable amount, but I don't think you have to like completely revamp the game.
Right, and voice acting is iffy too.
Like, I think the pre-rendered background sort of look to the game where the camera's fixed in, the PlayStation era.
It looks good. I think it looks good.
First off, it does look good. They can certainly improve the look of it, but I think they should keep that because it's part of the charm of the freaking game. Like,
yeah,
why would you change that? There's no point. It's just like, well, why can't these old games be just like new games? And like, that's not the thing. They're old and they're classic because they're still good, and yet they have a classic feel to them. So why take that away? And I
would be
I
I would be more okay with adding voice acting than changing the backgrounds. Because some of the voice acting is okay. It's not horrible. It doesn't like completely destroy my view of it. I mean, sometimes it might.
Well, maybe you should play the remake of 4.
Yeah, I've seen it being played, and it didn't bug me too much. I was just like, whoa, there's freaking voice acting?
I don't know. I don't like it with those old games. It doesn't bug me because I'm fine with reading. Really.
Yeah, well, I'm fine with reading too, but I wonder if that's why they do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Certainly, there are games that I want to be put on newer systems, most especially, and a lot of people put in the comments here that they wanted to remake FF9.
Yes.
I would say FF9 needs to be put onto a system where we can all get it, like Steam or the PlayStation Network for PS4.
Yeah.
In some kind of a less compressed graphical state. 12 also.
Yeah, 12 would be nice.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll get that soon.
So that's what I say.
All right. 14 question here. A little early, but will you be playing 14 on PS4 or PC? FF13 is being currently played, but I think it would be nice just to have a heads up for a date when you will probably be starting FF14 so we can all start planning for it. Would be nice to know what server you guys are going to be playing on, too. Heard good things about the Odin server, having all the English players. Will you guys be playing it on PS4, PC,
They
or
have
PS3?
all the English players. Yes.
Yeah. It's cross-play among all the systems, so we can all still play together. We know that, and that is very useful. Very useful, guys. PS4 version is considered very easy to use because of the DualShock 4 controller support and the ability to connect a keyboard or mouse to your PS4 as well. You could do that with your PS2, dude.
Could you?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Jake had his keyboard hooked up for Dirge.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I just use one hand to move and then this to aim. And I'm like,
one hand.
Yeah, one hand
else.
to beat. Yeah, so a bunch of more stuff.
Inappropriate joke.
Servers are region locked, so we can't play with the Japanese or European.
You know what? The charm of FF11 was that they weren't region locked, and I was really surprised when I saw this post that they were, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Yeah.
11 was supposed to be this big thing of coming together.
Yeah.
Now they're like, screw it.
Is it? I don't know the politics of servers, though.
Yeah,
so
I have no idea. There might be some sort of regulation thing, but I don't know. Have you decided yet if you're going to play on PS4 or PC?
Well, I bought the PS4 version saying that would be the one I would be playing. But given that I have kind of I don't know where I'm living in the next month kind of situation right now, I might stay at Cody's for another month. I might have to move from there. And the fact that I just started school and I put this on the forum. I put my Google Calendar schedule on the forum just so that everyone could see.
Yeah, I'll have to...
Just so that everyone could see. I have like some uneven hours during the week that I can play Final Fantasy XIV.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have it's not included on the schedule as a very hefty online class. So in those areas where it says homework, if any, like that's when I'm going to be doing my online stuff and my other stuff. And of course I need time because I'm in digital media classes, so I'm like taking pictures, making videos, and doing broadcasts. Like that's time consuming stuff. So even though it says like FF or movie / homework, it's homework first and then FF / movie.
Right. So how many credits are you taking, by the way?
I'm taking 15.
Okay, that's quite a bit.
I was going to do 18, but then the classes just didn't line up.
I think the most I did was either 10 or 12.
I had to take my hours down to 30.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
that
financially it's going to be crappy.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what that has to do with 14.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm going to be sitting in front of my computer a lot, and it might be easier to do it on my computer, even though I was originally planning to do it on the PS4.
Okay, maybe I'll have to borrow your PS4 copy, because I am becoming obsessed with platinum trophies lately, and I kind of want that. Although the platinum list for 14 is disgusting, I think it'd still be cool.
That wouldn't be bad to give you the PS4 version.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might do that. It's too early to tell.
Yeah. When do you think we'll get to 14?
I don't know. Pull up a calendar real quick and we'll look at it. Because I am wondering. Because we're close to the end of 13, but we got 65 hunts to do.
Yeah.
And then we have to grind like crazy in order to get all the weapon upgrades and all that other stuff. I'm going to actually try to platinum 13.
Yeah,
since I'm almost done. Since I'm going to be on the final boss within a month. Of having beat 12, yeah, I think we should platinum 13.
Do you want to say maybe?
Let's give it 4 weeks. Let's give it a month. Let's say October 1st.
October 1st.
Yeah.
All right. We'll shoot for October 1st.
We'll shoot for playing Final Fantasy XIV on October 1st.
Yeah. Obviously we might start earlier, but we'll let you guys know. You'll see when we have the platinum.
And we'll figure out what server we're on like a week out.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk to Dr. Roxo and see what server we're going to be playing on.
What was his offer?
It was millions of gil.
He said millions of gil.
Yes, so
we will take bribes to go on certain servers.
Yeah, both actual money and gil. Not kidding. Not kidding, actually. But
by the way, we've had some people, and they'll get episode dedications. We've had some people give us some PayPal donations, which in the last couple months, and that's really nice. And we want to thank you for that, and thank you for all the Patreon donors that we have.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And by the way, we did send out stickers to everybody except for Chocobo Chica, and if you didn't get that, I need you to email me.
Yeah, because
then we got to print off another thing of bumper stickers, and and then send them out, at least one to Chocobo Chica.
Yeah, sorry.
And so you need to tell me if you got your stuff.
Right.
We sent them out. So if you didn't get them, like more than a month ago, we sent those out.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
If you didn't get them, let me know. And also for you guys who gave us PayPal donations, we got one really hefty one. We weren't sure whether or not you wanted us to dedicate an episode to you, and we're really willing to do that. You just let us know. I mean, it sounds like some sort of like, ooh, please dedicate an episode to me. Like, it sounds like a selfish request, but really you guys deserve it.
Right.
So if you want us to do that, please let us know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the least we could do, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah,
it helps.
We do appreciate it. And
it helps recover the cost.
It does help. We're actually in the negatives for the show.
Technically, yeah. I mean, some of the stuff you do need for school, but even then,
I think
we need it for this a lot, because I'm not going to use freaking GIMP or whatever it is.
The Patreon number that you see there is not accurate.
Not quite, no. So, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll let you know what we're going to do with 14. I mean, it's still a little early. I mean, either way, we'll come up with some sort of tentative schedule to play the game. I will, at least. I know Joe's going to be kind of all over the place, but my schedule, since I am not going back to school, will be
see how it
standard.
is. I might just take that one class that I have called Intercultural Communication. Some required digital media class I have to take. I might take like 2 weeks and just like plow that class.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's online and you can do that. I might do that.
All right, fair enough.
Which, I don't know. It's a lot of work. But I always say I'm going to do that for my online classes, and I usually do that. And then there's a point. I usually do like half the class, and then I wait a long time, and then I start the other half. I might do that again.
Okay.
It's going to be a crazy semester. So these FF13 and FF14 are in a bad time.
Yeah,
I'll tell
it's
you
a
that.
rough time
It might
for
get
Joe.
even worse for the next 2 semesters after that, but I should have summer off.
All right.
So, all right. Well, this is already a long episode. I'm going to have to crush this episode like crazy in order to fit it into the megabit amount that we have.
More than likely, yeah. We're kind of running out of space because of that 7 million hour 12 epic that we released.
We're going to skip iTunes, and I'm sorry, we're going to skip questions from us to you, but we'll get to all that next week.
Yes, guys.
So just stay tuned. We will see you then.
And as always, enjoy the grind.
This has been another production of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. The show was produced by Joseph DeGollier and Caleb Schweiss, with music and editing by Joseph DeGollier, parodies and clips from their respective authors, of course. You can get all of our episodes as well as our Let's Plays at ultimafinalfantasy.com. You can also contact us on Twitter at UFF Podcast, as well as our contact page on our website. Be sure to subscribe and review our podcast. Your reviews may get read on the show, and look forward to the next episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast.